Okay. Y'all know what it is. Welcome back to my podcast, man. It is hashtag RTL, hashtag capital K, capital D, lowercase j, hashtag Moosey Montana, hashtag King Status all day, every day. And the subject today that I want to get on is who do you feel is the best rapper right now in the industry, who's got the best record out, and who made the best diss record? What was your best, or let's just say best, not even they don't even rap battle anymore. You know what I mean? They got that drill rap where, you know what I mean, some rappers, you know what I mean, you're playing with them, they'll turn around and put that bag on your head. That's how serious, you know what I mean, the shit done got. Especially after, obviously, in my eyes, no rap battle could be no bigger than the Tupac and Notorious Big. Because of, if you look at it from a rap battle to street politics, that was behind all that. And who was the one that really killed Tupac? And the politics on who really was the one that killed Notorious Big. Now, there's so many, you know what I'm saying, narratives that people have created behind that. But if you guys see, like me, I'm a hip-hop fan, a rap fan, whatever you want to call it, drill rap fan, whatever. Motherfucking Detroit style, you got the Southern style, you got guys like Drake, you know what I mean? The Baby, and he's from the South. So I don't know. Like, I look at some artists like, and then what happened to, okay, we'll let him off the hook because he makes good music. You know what I'm saying? But let me see, I'm a big music fan. This is why I love doing what I do. Okay? Really, what really started my whole podcast idea was the music. And to get back on that, for my local artists, don't belittle a giant. I don't have a problem getting anybody on my my format to help, you know what I'm saying, promote your latest single you got going on, or show the whole story it took you to get to where you're at now. People are curious. And basically, what happened to holding certain artists to standards? And the reason why I said that is because we're letting a lot of things off the hook. You know what I'm saying? As far as like, this is why I love 50. 50 said, like, you look at a music group, they're all good rappers, but he looks at each and every one of them like, okay, which one's real? You, or you? Because, 50, even though he doesn't rap anymore, he still got a motherfucking opinion on fucking music and still can have one. Because, you know what I'm saying, while these motherfuckers are talking so much shit about 50, the numbers don't lie. The numbers don't lie. Between 50 and Eminem on the Aftermath record label, they have singles and albums that went multi-platinum, songs that went diamond. I think 50 Cent's In the Club went diamond. And the politics behind that music video. when Suge Knight pulled up, smoking a cigar with all kinds of Mexicans with him, big Mexican gang with him, and you know what I mean? How 50 and M and, you know, most guys, you know what I mean, that weren't scared actually came out to face the big bad wolf, Suge Knight. But see, I start a topic, and you know, that's what I'm saying. There's so many narratives to this music stuff. And again, before I forget, when did we stop holding these music rappers or whatever they proclaim to be responsible to who they really are behind the mic, from the words that they are spitting and what they're creating? You know what I'm saying? Speak it into existence. See, your mouth has a lot of power to not only to yourself, but to this world and everything. So basically, anything that we put out of our mouth, okay, we can manifest. We can create, because our words are powerful, okay? And it can be at sometimes when we talk about real stuff. That's why, like, you know what I mean? And then also, I'm going to do another podcast about what we put into our mouths, our devices. Like, you can go to the gym real quick 7 days a week, but if you're eating like shit, you're still going to look and feel like shit because of what you're putting back into your mouth. So back to what I was saying with the whole Tupac and Biggie, who was the best battle rap? You can't get more bigger than that. Because two of they said, so-called greatest rappers of all times from the East Coast and West Coast died over that situation. But look, if you did your homework and you really did your research, because some people really believed that Tupac was still alive. And I don't hear too much of that talk right now because of what Keefy D stated. Not only on DJ Vlad, but the book he came out with. Keefy D wrote a book about what he did. And if you really look about your research on, you know what I'm saying, if you really do your research on the Tupac murder, Las Vegas police are the ones that didn't formulate a case there. They didn't do their job diligently enough on that Tupac murder. And sorry, I'm a little distracted right now because, you know, I am in the city parts, and, you know, sometimes a little weird behavior goes on, you know, when we're filming live. But back to the Tupac and Biggie thing. But what I'm saying is, it don't get no bigger than that rap battle. But I don't want to eliminate who felt that, you know what I'm saying, who had the, far as like, okay, we see the actions behind what happened between Tupac and Big, and that's a whole nother story and narrative that I could run with, of the backlash and the back details on, you know what I'm saying, what I feel that really happened with that whole situation. Okay, but I'm gonna keep it, I'm gonna dumb it down a little bit for you guys, and I don't want to go over your head. But back to, who do you feel had the best diss record? You know what I'm saying? I mean, because you got to go back to, you know, LL Cool J and Cannabis, and work with me here, because there been so many that, and even some that were overlooked. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? So I'm just gonna name off ones selectively. You know what I mean? I don't even want to do it in order. But who is your best? Who do you feel was the best diss record of all time? Because you got LL Cool J and Cannabis. You got Ice Cube with No Vaseline. You got Eazy-E that was going after Dre. Motherfuck Dre, motherfuck Snoop, motherfuck Death Row. And yo, here comes my left blow. Easy went hard on that. Like, you know what I'm saying? See, like that Tupac and Biggie, man, I ain't gonna lie. Like, you talk about that shit, and people talk about rap battles and stuff, but it don't get no bigger than that because of the actions and the narratives and the unsolvedness that came with that whole situation is fucking mind-blowing. And people really thought Tupac was still alive to this day. Until I don't hear a lot of talk or speculation about it now that Keefy D kind of confirmed it. But it took, what, 20 years? I forgot what year Pac died. I think it was 96. And we're in what? 2026. Yeah, so damn near 20 years to find out the motherfucking truth on really what happened and if Pac is really alive or rest in peace. To one of the, I feel, is the greatest. And we are nothing without mentors, especially in this music game. Any artist out here in this music world doesn't do music because they just love music and love doing music. They were inspired by some other artists. There's another artist out here that triggers you or inspires you to want to make music. And once you cross over to being a fan and listening to the music, but actually crossing over and making music and creating fans, that's a whole nother field. Shout out to all my artists out there, man. You know what I mean? That field is so unreal. You know what I mean? And to be able to, but again, you know, like some of these young guys out here that don't want to give it up to the OGs and want to look at you as the old head and don't want to listen to you because, you know what I mean, they got their own little lingo and their own little swag and their own little narratives. And if you can't keep up with that, you know what I'm saying, they look at you as like you the old head. Shut up, old head, or shut up, dad. You don't know what you're talking about. Like, or you're too old to say 6'7". You know what I mean? Shit like that. So, but back to what I was talking about, you know what I mean, as far as the best diss record. And, you know, honestly, I mean, there was so many, like, you know, like, I really feel like that Kendrick Lamar and that Drake diss, like, that was so blown out of proportion. I feel like that Kendrick Lamar song is so fucking corny. Like, it's so fucking corny. Your fucking grandma likes that song. The fuck? Business aspect and numbers wise, he killed it. That motherfucker, I mean, but I'm telling you right now, that Kendrick fucking diss, you know what I'm saying? I didn't even hear Drake's. I never, as much of a fucking rap fan that I am, rap fan that I am, I never really took time to hear Drake's point of view because Kendrick Lamar's fucking record got so much fucking spin, and I was hearing it on the radio, I was hearing it in the bar, I was hearing it there, and that shit just drove me nuts. Like, turn that shit off. That shit's whack. I don't, and this is the thing though. I'm bringing up the best rap battles because I want to see where your guys' heads are at. Because some people believe that Jadakiss is the best East Coast rapper ever to step face on the earth. I've seen the rap battle culture. And I'm going to tell you right now, them guys can rap circles around guys like Jadakiss. And matter of fact, Math Hoffa has a show, a podcast, and I'm going to tell you right now, you know what I mean? He gets those artists up there in his studio because they respect his craft. They respect his mindset. They respect his lyrics. They respect that, you know what I mean? He had the motherfucking balls to go up there in front of thousands of people and battle against, and you know, Math Hoffa, speaking of rap battles, was the first, I think, first besides Goods the Animal, actually when there was a rap battle that was going on and he put hands on the other motherfucker, you know what I mean, that he was battling against. So, excuse my language, the other person. Math Hoffa and Goods the Animal. Goods the Animal was battling this one little Mexican dude, and they was both sipping Henny on stage. I watch rap battles. I'm going to tell you right now, I don't care about who your favorite artist is, but if you're talking about pound for pound, consistency, bar game, stuff like that, now you got to start talking about like guys like Arsenal, guys like Disaster. You ain't even never heard of these guys. Of course, Eminem. Now, Eminem, he got labeled as a rap battler. He did do rap battles when he came up, but not like them fools was doing in the East Coast. Rap was obviously, but they said, matter of fact, let me go back a little bit even farther. Rap originated in Africa, and I think the dude's name was African Bobata or something. He was the one that brought the rap over here, and then that's how when he came to New York, that's how all the other stuff came into play, because Americans say that, rap was originated from New York, which is true, and it is the heart of, and damn near every business deal that goes on goes through New York. New York touches a piece of that contract deal some way, somehow. There is studios that they run in like Atlanta now, and obviously like Houston, Texas, and stuff like that, Florida. But there's a lot of starving artists that are going, that have a lot of talent in those states, and they can't break free. They can't. The best way to do anything right now is independent as an artist, but you got to know how to go about it. You got to set up a business plan. Definitely got to prepare yourself, for the world, and you got to watch out for the hecklers at anything that you do. I don't give a fuck if you're outside cutting the grass. You gonna have a heckler. Look at this motherfucker cutting the grass. You missed the spot. But anyways, I'm only fucking playing with y'all, man. But anyways, what I'm saying is, okay, back to the best rap battle. I said LL Cool J, Cannabis, Ice Cube, No Vaseline, Tupac, Big, Nas, Ether against Jay-Z. My gosh. I mean, destroyed his whole manhood. And that just brings up another topic right quick. And this is why I did what I did as far as the best rap battle. Okay? Because a lot of people are praising this dude, Jay-Z. How did he become the Biggie Smalls? How did he become the king of New York? And he actually used a lot of Biggie's punchlines in his flow. Flat out. So, I don't know. I understand why 50 feels the way he does about the Jigga Man, and how the Jigga Man was so jealous of Darkman X. Rest in peace to DMX, because I felt like DMX was heartfelt to the bone. I'm telling you right now. You want to talk about like heartfelt music and, good artists, and far as impact too. Because we could look at music so many ways. Bar for bar, wordplay, or, energy wise too. That's why I say, some people have their own opinion on who they feel are the best rappers and the best rap battles. So Ice Cube, No Vaseline, Tupac, Hit 'Em Up, Biggie. But see, then there we go. Pac made it more clear that he was dissing him with the Hit 'Em Up. But people took that Who Shot You as a diss towards Pac. I think it was a diss towards Pac. Timing and the title of the song. I think 50 really destroyed a lot of people's careers too, honestly. And when do we stop holding people accountable to not being who they say they are behind the fucking mic? That's why I laugh at motherfuckers when I say that 50 is my favorite, not because it's fucking bar for bar game. Obviously, I know there's better rappers out there than 50 Cent, but the man he was and becomes has a big impact in my life. You know what I mean? That's a lot of overcoming. And I've had to do a lot of overcoming. And I'm going to tell you right now, 50 destroyed Ja. Ja could say whatever he wants about Murder Inc. and how he was dealing with Jimmy Henchman and they were trying to clean up their money and all this other bullshit. No. Bottom line, once 50 had to rub off on me. Shit, I was still getting over the Tupac. Shit. And you know, M was coming out, you know what I mean? I don't see any artist being compatible with M when he writes. When he writes his raps and he does his shit, ain't nobody really compatible to M. And M really showed me how to, you know what I mean, structure my words. And that's why I feel like I'm not trying to be the best rapper ever alive. I have my own style. You know what I mean? And I'm always trying to break it down to more than one syllable. You one syllable rappers kill me. You know, the brick hit, lick, hit, you know, one. I'm trying to do like, you know, 2 bars, or I mean 2 syllables to 3 syllables, like backpack, Snapchat, or you know what I mean, or get back at ya. You know, I'm trying to come at you like, you know, creative. You know, I'm competing with myself while I'm competing with whomever it may be. But that's what makes you a good battle rapper, though. You know what I mean? And then, you know what I mean? You just, you know, hey, that's why I said back to why don't we hold these artists accountable to, you know what I mean, who they say they are, but who they really truly are not. You know what I'm saying? When do we stop? Just like, so back to the 50 Cent diss against Ricky Ross. And then nobody knew that he was a correctional officer. And 50 went as far as took his baby mama shopping. And he ain't do shit about it. He took his kids out with him. Rick Ross's kids. I'm telling you, bro, like, there's just levels to this beef that I don't understand. Like, you know what I mean? So this whole Fabulous diss against 50, you know what I mean? Like, if you listen to the bars, you know what I mean? You're like, damn, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? He's spitting. And once again, I've stuck up for Fab. I do think that he's a dope rapper, but it doesn't make him a better person or more powerful or stronger person than who 50 is. Pat Pooston has a lot of beef rap battles too that people don't talk about. You know what I mean? He was I bet you guys didn't know that he was beefing with Big Sean. He didn't like that, you know what I'm saying? He called himself Big Sean, Big. You know what I mean? He was basically saying that, you know what I mean, there's only one Biggie Smalls. So Pat Poos ripped him apart. You know what I mean? But Big Sean still, and then I like Big Sean's, you know what I mean, interview too, because I seen Big Sean from Detroit, because I love my local, I support my Detroit players, and I like that, you know what I mean, that he gave it up for M and everybody in a proper way, in a gentleman's way, unlike some other artists that didn't want to give it up for M, because he was from 8 Mile, and Sada said that basically Proof was the only one that went over there and messed with those guys on the east side and outside of, you know what I mean, 8 Mile. Like M was basically running around 8 Mile, but didn't really fuck with those guys, you know what I mean? And You know, basically he was giving it up for all the true players, you know what I mean, in his interview like it was supposed to. And he said Proof, D12, Trick, Royce the 5'9". He said you can't go nothing about no Detroit if you don't mention Peasy, Icewear Vizzle. There was another guy too. Ooh, I could have really bust your guys' head with this dude. And he ended up getting killed. But he's the one that, like, I forgot his name, and I'll bring him up in my later interview again, you know what I'm saying, about who popped it off really in Detroit, as far as like with the trap music, rap music type shit, gangster music, whatever, that put that little spin on it, you know what I mean? Because now Detroit, outside of Eminem being like one of the greatest rappers ever, you know what I'm saying, they were able to lay their own little foundation too. Like Big Sean said, you can't mention Detroit without mentioning these type of guys like Peasy, Icewear Vizzle, certain guys, like, you know what I mean? He gave it up for everybody. Sada, you know what I mean? And he basically said Trick is like the mayor over there. And Trick is the one that actually created the no-fly zone. So I feel that Jay Prince and some of these guys copied off of Trick, because we never heard about no-fly zone until Trick, you know what I mean, applied that on Detroit. And Detroit was the first one to say Detroit versus everybody. Now, I know I'm not from Detroit. I'm not saying I'm from Detroit. I'm not fake fronting, okay? I'm from Sag Town. You boys, get it right. Not from Sag Nasty. Sag Town, okay? That's where, you know what I mean, my roots are. You feel me? So, once again, hashtag RTL, best rap battle of all time. People say Ether. Oh, it was a good rap battle. Nas destroyed him. Man. But Jigga Man would be, let's think about the logistics here though. Jigga Man's got control of football right now. If Jigga was to jump on the track, people would be feeling it. Like, oh shit, Jay-Z just came out with a new joint. He still can do that. If Nas comes out, they look at him as an old head. And yet, but we praise him as a fucking veteran, to one of the best from Queensbridge, New York, to ever do it. With like Mobb Deep. There was a lot of rappers that came out of Queens, man. Nicki Minaj, Mobb Deep, G-Unit with Tony Yayo, and then, you know what I mean, a lot of guys like Cam and them too, you know what I mean? They was repping that Harlem shit. You know what I mean? And basically that whole beef, you know what I'm saying, that was a good 50 diss Cam one time. That was a good diss record. Eminem, his diss songs. Who's your favorite? Like, you know what I'm saying, of all time? Put it in the comment section. For real, I want to know. I want to know where your head's at. Hey, but I ain't gonna lie though, man. I'm a big rap fanatic. I do my history and homework. You damn near think I'm a Mr. Know-It-All with this shit. Cause like I just like the politics behind it too. You know what I mean? Like, I don't just listen to the music. Like, some people be listening to like Peasy and all those, and you know what I mean? I'm hip to all that, you know what I mean? So, but I want to know who you are behind the mic before I start, you know what I mean, entertaining this shit. And we idolize this music that we listen to sometimes, you know what I mean? And God say, may you not idolize nobody for me or before me, you know what I mean? So, shout out to God, the real God, when M calls himself the rap God that broke the Guinness World Record book But I don't know. And if you were to ask me what my favorite rap battle of all times was, like, that would be really hard for me to answer. Because, like, there's different levels to this shit. You know what I mean? Like, look at Lil Durk and King Von that died. You know what I mean? Behind all that. And then, you know what I mean, Tekashi 6ix9ine. Look at him. And look at the narratives that he was creating when he came out. Them narratives were precise and on point. And he told the truth. Y'all can't motherfucking cap your ass off all you want to. Motherfuckers want to hate on Tekashi 6ix9ine. I don't even listen to this dude's music. But when I listen to him speak, like, he's speaking facts. He's speaking all facts. You know what I mean? DJ Vlad could not, you know what I'm saying, say that he was capping one time. And he blew up, you know what I'm saying, did himself with Aiden and all them. Back when Andrew Tate used to talk to Aiden like a little bitch on podcast, when he used to do the live streaming. Man, you go back and you watch Aiden, I think it's Aiden Ross or something. Man, Andrew Tate used to talk to him like a little bitch, man. That shit is entertaining. I don't know, man. Shout out to Andrew Tate. He was a big influence too, man. Some of the stuff that he done said, you know what I mean, really impacted my life too, man. But shout out to them guys out there getting that bag, out there getting that money, man. You know what I mean? Keep doing what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? Keep it safe. All I'm saying is, I want to know who you think your best rap battle of all time is. I want to know. Seriously. And I got a baby girl coming. I got a baby girl coming any day. Anybody that can send some prayers my way, you know what I mean? I've been a dad, you know what I'm saying, for many, many years. And I'm about to be a brand new dad. Again, it's going to be official. Your podcaster, your favorite podcaster, man. Hashtag RTL. Hashtag motherfucking capital K, capital D, lowercase J. Okay? Hashtag, hashtag Cash App, $ KingStatus7979. That's Cash App, Kings, or $ hashtag, no. $ KingStatus7979. We don't beg. We just ask. I'm trying to take things to a whole nother level with this podcast. Man, I got so much shit when I get in my zone, I can't even stop talking. I'm telling you right now. But hey, one thing you never do is put yourself in the ground. Power of words. Mouth is very powerful. People are going to perceive things in their own little way and create their own little narratives. But you got to be strong enough mindset-wise, you know what I mean, from rap battles to any type of lyrical battles or any type of physical battles. You got to learn how to either overcome and prevail and win, or, you know what I'm saying, prevail from your losses. Okay? You know what I mean? That's the champion mindset that we got to keep. And I'm about to have this baby girl, Iris, Marie, and Witness in the building. And this ain't going to be nothing more than just a fucking trophy baby. This girl's gonna be an angel, bringing the angel into this world. Y'all know what it is. Y'all know what I stand for. And there ain't no cap in my rap. And when do we stop holding people accountable behind, you know what I'm saying, their words? You know what I mean? Musically, or, you know what I'm saying, out here in the real world. You know, that's what enthuses me when I hear a rap battle or whatever. Like, even with the Meek Mill and Drake rap battle, you know, I love Drake's beat. I love his, you know what I mean? But sometimes let's look at the realistically. Either, you know what I'm saying, you keep continuing to do this shit and you put your life at a risk. Because motherfuckers don't play about that shit. Motherfuckers actually get killed over them rap battles. You know what I mean? Motherfuckers don't play. Like, look at little Boosie. You know what I mean? Like, he basically went on DJ Vlad and said, you know what I mean? Ain't nobody gonna speak my name. And ain't no repercussions coming behind that. So, you know what I mean? Ain't nobody, like, you know, and shit. I don't know. But then, you know, at the same time, getting caught up with Prince Jr., you know what I'm saying, and how they did Duke the Jeweler. Like, man, that stuff's crazy, and it's all allegations at this point. I don't know the truth, you know what I mean? But somehow, when I read into that accusation, I felt like Boosie had a little something to do with that. And you know what, man? That dude came out there, iced out, had his money, chipped up, looking good, feeling good, and if you talk like you got this no-fly zone thing, Jay Prince, then how are you allowing people to get murked in your area? If they supposed to tap in with you, you know what I mean, then there should be no harms done. People should feel safe enough and know that they're safe enough to get back to their car or to their room or to their house, to their home, to their family. You know what I mean? So you got to live with that. And just like how 50 was out there in Houston and Jay Prince was getting more mad at 50 because of the impact that 50 had in a short amount of time and what he was doing for that community in a short amount of time than Jay Prince did in probably his whole life. So because of the hate that 50 was receiving, and he even got the key to the city from the mayor. 50 did. And still took his G-Unit brand and everything that he built from the ground up himself and moved to Sweetsport. Said the cost of living is cheaper, you know, businessman at his finest. And then you guys wonder why, you know what I mean? I ain't riding 50, no Diddy, you know what I'm saying? That's just, I just love his mindset, you know what I'm saying? And the person that he's not only was, but who he became. You know what I mean? I love this music stuff. You, man, look, once I get established, I guarantee you people are going to jump the train. They're going to want to jump on the cast, and they want to, you know what I mean, chop it up with me. And I want to hear your story about, you know what I'm saying, your thens to nows. You know what I mean? And I want the world to hear it. So, once again, it's hashtag RTL, hashtag capital K, capital D, lowercase j, hashtag Moosey Montana, hashtag King Status all day, every day, hashtag Cash App, $ King Status 7979. And any donation would be, you know what I'm saying, lovely for the baby, or, you know what I mean, for new podcasts to come and new music to come. So, yeah, we on it, man. You know what I mean? Love Saginaw. You know what I mean? I love the history of Saginaw. I'm here to represent Saginaw, and I want to see everybody do good. Everybody. I don't want to, you know what I mean? Like, man, we got to get out of that caged up hood mindset. You know what I mean? And we got to, you know what I'm saying? You know, they say if you knew better, you do better. So once we now that we know, you know what I'm saying, it doesn't matter what color, you know what I mean, we gotta, you know what I'm saying, make this city better again and help against all this violence that's going on, that most of it is just nonsense that could have been prevented. And everybody around here has a family. Most people have kids or a mom or a grandma, somebody that loves them. And we've gone away from that. And you know what I'm saying? I see a lot of people, you know what I mean, speaking on it, but ain't really doing anything about, you know what I'm saying, helping, you know what I'm saying, clean up Saginaw. And I really think, far as like, as a Saginaw advocate for the stuff that I've been through when I grew up as a kid, I think that there should be more activities and programs for kids, you know what I'm saying? That's why I, you know, like with the, you know what I mean, the guys that made it from Saginaw, like Jay Rich, Woodley, you know what I mean? You know, some of these other guys that made it from what's his name for the Pacers, you know, like, and I took pictures with all of them. I appreciate it and everything. But I'm not saying we nobody should be pocket watching them, you know what I mean, because they made it from their hard work and dedication. But I don't know. Like, if I was in the position of power, I would want to, you know what I'm saying, run some youth programs to where they can play basketball and do activities for the kids, you know what I'm saying, so they could, you know what I mean, do things, learn things, and be creative or artistic. So once again, tap in with me, man, you know what I'm saying, and let me know, shoot me some ideas on that, you know what I mean, because we all want to see Saginaw become a better place. And you know what I mean, we need opportunities. We got to be able to feed the kids, and you know what I'm saying, even if they ain't ours, you know what I mean, make sure that they don't go without a meal, and you know, that we're all good, man. You know, I want it to be, you know, for a day to where I ain't got to worry about my kid riding on the bike, you know what I'm saying. It just, you know what I mean, when you get older, you know what I'm saying, and that's why these young boys don't understand the complications behind rap battles and all this other stuff. This shit comes with consequences. It ain't just no, you know what I mean, he say, she say stuff anymore. Like, there's consequences that become behind all this stuff. You know what I mean? And that's why your words and your mouth can be very powerful. So, you know what I'm saying? You either a big stepper or you need to, you know what I mean, stay out the way. That's it. Period. You either a big stepper or step out the way. Flat out. And if you're a hater, you definitely need to step out the way. Step out the way, for real, or get stepped on. Because, you know what I mean, I wasn't born in this world to lose anything. And I've lost, you know what I'm saying, hey, listen, I've had piece of humble pie, so ain't nobody over here bragging or boasting or nothing. But I'm gonna tell you like this, you know what I mean, one thing is for certain, and two things are for sure. You know what I mean? Hey, I am an overcomer, and you know what I mean? I couldn't be no more blessed. The new baby girl coming, Iris Marie, you know what I'm saying? Witness in the building. And thanks for everybody that has helped me out through this process, you know, but I am gonna keep it business. Who do you think's the best rap battle of all times? There was so many that, you know what I mean, happened that was low-key behind scenes that, you know what I mean, people don't even understand. It's just crazy, man. You know what I mean? So, and I feel like, you know what I mean, there's been a little bit of you know what I mean, some shots been thrown my way, man. Don't think I ain't paying attention. Hey, I love challenges, man. You know what I mean? But ain't nobody gonna outsmart me but me. You know what I mean? Hey, y'all know what it is, man. Hashtag RTL, hashtag Mushi Montana, hashtag King Status, hashtag capital K, capital D, lowercase J, hashtag King Status all day, every day. Up in the motherfucking building. Have a blessed day. We out this bitch.